Greetings, everybody. This is Isan. Last time I talked about the best neighborhoods in the city of Houston. Like every other American city, there are neighborhoods that are terrifying. Houston has multiple neighborhoods that are very dangerous to live. If you live in the following 10 neighborhoods that I've listed, don't be ashamed or embarrassed. There are far more dangerous neighborhoods across the nation than what I will list on today's video. Okay, let's get started. Here are the top 10 worst neighborhoods in the city of Houston. Number 10, Carverdale. Located in northwestern region of Houston, Spring Branch overall is a great neighborhood to live. But this neighborhood in the northern Spring Branch part, called Carverdale, isn't that great. There are a lot of industrial warehouses, and there is a mental hospital rehabilitation center located in Carverdale. Number 9, Acre Homes. Acre Homes is located in the northwest area of Houston. It was once home to many African Americans from World War I to desegregation 1960s. It was a safe and great neighborhood to live if you were African American in those days. Today, Acre Homes is considered to be a very boring neighborhood and heavy crime presence. The violent crime rate in Acre Homes is 19 per 1,000 people, and property crime is 4,000 to 100,000 people. It is a very dangerous neighborhood to live today, and you need to stand your guard all the time. Number 8, McGregor. McGregor neighborhood, which is located in southeast of Houston's 3rd Ward. The area includes old, beautiful mansions and the University of Houston. However, after the white flight in the 1960s, many low-income apartments were located in McGregor neighborhood, and a lot of violent crime and theft happens there. The violent crime rate is 76 per 1,000 residents. Number 7, East End. Just east of downtown Houston, East End has a long, prosperous history. Going back to the 19th century, this area had a booming economy and was the center of Houston politics. It was once the capital of Texas from 1836 to 1839 when they moved to Austin. However, this area is no longer economic dynamo of the past. The East End of Houston has a crime rate that is very high, and it has a violent crime rate that's about 100% higher than the national average, and also has a lot of theft and also a lot of robberies. Number 6, Northeast Houston. The Northeast region of Houston had major crime problems. Residents in Northeast Houston have about a 1 to 25 chance of being a victim of a crime, mostly violent crimes, such as assaults and rapes. With an overall crime rates in Northeast Houston is about 63% higher than the national average. There is one good place that Northeast Houston has. It is the Motorsports Park. They have auto racing events, such as drag strips, drift racing, motorcycle races, 4x4 races, and training to become a NASCAR driver. Number 5, the 5th Ward. Although located in the northeast section of the city, the 5th Ward is located near downtown Houston. The 5th Ward is the most historical neighborhood in Houston. The 5th Ward was once many home to immigrants and free black slaves during the 19th century. Mainly Irish from Ireland, Jews that escaped from the pogroms of Eastern Europe, Italians, and Germans. New York City was way too crowded for these immigrants, so they settled in Houston for a new life. In 1912, the 5th Ward suffered a large fire that spread all over the community. I don't know what caused the fire, but that should be explained by historians in Houston. Around the late 1960s and early 1970s, Houston had become desegregated, and many white people have fled to the suburbs. Today, the 5th Ward is a very poor neighborhood with lots of government aid and have very little chance to succeed for the future for the community. Number 4, the 3rd Ward. The 3rd Ward is located just in the heart of South Central neighborhood. It was and still is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Houston. There is the University of Houston and Texas Southern University in the 3rd Ward. There are a lot of low-income downward apartments and downward ruined houses. It's kind of a little bit like Detroit. There is also a lot of theft and assaults in the streets, mostly at gas stations. There are a lot of new homes being built in the 3rd Ward, but it's way too expensive. Number 3, Sunnyside. Sunnyside is a large neighborhood located south of downtown Houston. It is home to about 17,000 people. It was historically and still is an all African American community that has small businesses, churches, police stations, and schools. The crime rate in Sunnyside is 91 per 1,000 people, meaning residents have a 1 in 11 chance of being a victim of a crime. Some of the most common violent crimes in the neighborhood are robberies, assaults, and a less degree, murder. Number 2, Greens Point. Greens Point, known as Guns Point among residents, is the second most violent neighborhood in Houston to me. The neighborhood is located in far north region of Houston and is the most police presence in the city. The Houston Police Department has put a lot of effort to establish law and order in Greens Point, but it hasn't had enough success as crime rates have been on the rise for over a decade. In the 1990s, the city converted some low-income apartments into higher-end family housing, and it has had a positive impact on crime in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, after Hurricane Katrina devastated New Orleans in 2005, many evacuees settled in the Greens Point area, and crime rates have started to rise again. Efforts are now trying to clean up the apartment complexes and the neighborhood, and some improvements have been made, but Greens Point still has a long way to go. And number 1, the entire Southwest Houston. The entire goddamn southwest part of Houston gets to be the king of dangerous neighborhoods in Houston to me. There are multiple neighborhoods in Southwest Houston that make it number 1. Here is the following why these neighborhoods are the number 1. We got Westwood, which is a prostitution zone on Bissonnet and Beltway 8. Sharpstown is pretty dangerous too. You got Alief in the west part. You have West Chase, which is north of Alief. You have Gulfton, which is in the south part of the Galleria area. And also you got Braised Oaks, which is in the deep south part of Southwest Houston. And you got Westbury, which is in the southeast part of Southwest Houston neighborhood. All these neighborhoods are very dangerous to be during the day and night times. Many of these neighborhoods are round down by low-income apartments with many people with criminal records. Every day I read tweets on my phone from the police department that have many criminal scenes in the southwest part of Houston. Main causes of criminals and crime scenes that are doing these things are assaults, murders, shootings, theft, kidnappings, violent fights, prostitution, and so on. If you live in these neighborhoods that I listed, like Westwood, Sharpstown, Alief, West Chase, Gulfton, Braised Oaks, and Westbury, and you have not been a victim of a crime, congratulations, you're very lucky. Okie dokie, everybody. That's my top 10 worst neighborhoods in Houston. We've already reached the top 10 zone for the city of Houston for now. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Press the like button and you can click the subscription button for more videos to come. As always, have a wonderful day and stay safe.